Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations, and today I'm taking a look at Transformers Retro G1 Autobot Seaspray. I'm excited. This is kind of a first for the Retro G1 subline. We're getting a brand new mold. This is the first time we're getting this Seaspray mold, and I think it looks pretty good to start out. We've got, our hovercraft style sea vessel. I like that. This is a particular thing for me. The curvature, the I don't know what you call it, inflatable tubing. I don't know what that is, but like it goes down far enough. I feel like in toy lines past, they might have ended that kind of curvature at the halfway point and just kind of let it sit and rely more on the illusion. But here they basically, except for the forearms, well, even the forearms really, everything curves all the way down to where it touches, which is nice. It does, it doesn't have any wheels or anything. I kind of wish it had casters, but it does like slide pretty well. It does have some propellers. They do spin on the back end like so. Yeah, I think, for a G1 Seaspray, this is about what you could ask for. My current Seaspray is still Hunt for the Decepticon Seaspray, which I don't think is worth comparing to this toy at all. But I like these colors. I like the blue and the yellow. The silver plate up top with the Autobot logo looks nice. We got some nice tampo detail. We've got a nice cockpit and the front cockpit. I guess that's the pilot cockpit, and then this is probably something else for people. But I think it looks good, and I do really like this habit they have of painting these guns silver. I think the silver guns look really nice as well. But yeah, as a little mini-bot vehicle mode, I think Seaspray looks pretty great. If we're comparing him to his buddies so far, here he is with Bumblebee, Goldbug, Gears, and Brawn. And as a foursome for Retro G1, again, I think these are just some nice looking mini bots. I definitely feel like in terms of sculpting and detail, Seaspray leans closer to Studio Series than he does to like mainline Generations. I still feel there is a pretty significant difference in greebling and design approach between the two toys. And Seaspray kind of bridges the gap, but I think leans a little closer to this side. So I'd expect to see a Studio Series Seaspray sometime in the future. I don't know what the leaks show currently. But yeah, as like mini-bots, the mini-bots are some of the best deluxes we've gotten. They're nice, compact, and Seaspray hopefully lives up to that standard. In terms of transformation here, we're going to pull the gun off. We're going to come in here and we're going to kind of split these. There's a couple panels that we can come loose, and I have found that panels pop off if you're not careful. So I'm trying to like separate things out pretty gently. The arms, they're clearly the arms. They can come back. And now that we have the legs out of the way, we can accordion things down and they will separate out. There's a little tab up top that hooks in. Everything feels like it locks into place pretty securely, which I am happy about. Our little legsies need to come down. There's it's tough because there's a swivel here. Come on. And let's see. Bring these pieces down, up, separate that out. But then we're going to bring the whole hip assembly down. There we go, to get the legs kind of at the right jointage that we want. Then we can fold in on the back end on both sides to close up this leg. And then our shin piece that like accordion out will lock in. So I do like the way things like come together to make Seaspray feel pretty solid, even though he is so panely on either side. We do have on the foot end, we can come in and we can flip up panels on both ends and then close things out like so to give him some solid and flat feet. I like, got to do it in the right order, flip that piece in and then flip that piece in. And then we get, some decent feet. I like how things fold away. Again, the transformation on these mini bots, I think, is just very, very enjoyable. These skirt arm pieces, I do struggle with a little bit. But we're going to fold down his chest, fold around that pilot seat to give him his little Seaspray belly. I like his little belly is preserved in transformation. We're going to pull down on this back plate. And then, let's see. Coming in, and there's a lot that happens on the back here. We want to rotate these arms up to get those out of the way. Then we can drop the arm assembly, the shoulder assembly out let's see, trying to keep things from clashing. Bringing this assembly down, which sits in semi-securely. Bringing this piece down, and it'll click in on these yellow tabs here when we got them at the right angle. These pieces, there we go, fold them up, and then bring these arms down and around, and flip that head around. And yeah, I struggle with the armatures here that on my copy, this left one doesn't seem to want to engage in the right spot. You can see how like the right one fits in really nicely. This left one just seems to like, maybe there's extra plastic or something that is preventing it from going in at the right spot. We can open things back up and see if we can fix that. If we lift this up out of the way, get that arm in there. There we go. All right, then bring it back down. Keep our arms up. Bring these down, and then bring this piece down. Avoiding, there we go. Let's see, all right. And there is, oh, and we lost. I was so good about this panel, I thought I was gonna keep it the entire time. Get this back in. So that, I think, is my chief complaint about this transformation. It feels pretty solid, and it turns into a good robot mode. But as we can see, there are some panel bits that are a little loose. What we have, though, is a very fun G1 toy-style Seaspray. I know a lot of people want the cartoon head, and I'm sure we're going to get that in the Studio Series line. But the toy-style head, I think, works great. This is what I like for my little mini bots. It does wiggle. It's got a good amount of tilt. It can rotate in that ball joint. It's a little hard to get to with the rest of his assembly, but it looks pretty good. We do have 360 on the elbows, the shoulders. We can go out way higher than 90, which I appreciate. We do have a double jointed elbow, which doesn't take full advantage of that double jointedness, but it gets pretty high when you turn it to the side. And we have elbow swivel, bicep swivel. We don't have any wrist articulation. We do have waist articulation, and he does the full splits unimpeded. He can kick up so far, and then that panel. It's something that can be fixed with future floor polish, but it is annoying. He can kick up that far. He can kick back that far. He has a deeper than 90-degree knee bend. He does have thigh swivel if I avoid pressing that panel. He does have thigh swivel, or I can just do the other leg. Why don't I just do the other leg? And then he does have ankle tilt due to the rotation in that joint. So I think just as a mini bot, there are fiddly bits. I don't think he's as good as Gears, but I think he is very solid for a mini bot. With the other two Retro G1 mini bots I have, here is how they look together. And I do think Gears is still just the strongest of the molds. But Seaspray and Braun are both pretty good. I'm happy to include him in my collection. He's a lot of fun to mess with. I'm looking forward to eventual repaints. But yeah, that's a quick look at Transformers Retro G1 Autobot Seaspray. I think this is coming out the second Saturday we're in Japan, so one more week to go. And I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye!